20 players, so one of the Raiders would have had to sit out tonight if not for the injuries. And you mentioned the injuries to Eddie Davis, actually the flu. Kenny Smith's got an injury. Mike Ramsdale's out with an injury. And Sebastian is up looking for his car in Montreal.
Fortunately for Massena, Todd Hayes, though, is back eligible again, so we do have a backup goaltender tonight. Okay, it's going to be Ryan Miller against Jake Morris to start this game. Cameron Labarge, the two wingers, Levac and Collins at the points. And we're about ready to go. The puck is dropped, and we're underway. Jake wins the draw, takes it ahead. Trying to flip it to Cameron, knocked away by Miller. Comes back in the zone, and it's moved out to center ice by Mike Dahl. Here comes Dahl to the Massena line. Collins takes it there and flips it ahead for Cameron. Here's Chris with it, circling at the red line. Takes it back into his blue line. Cameron comes down the left wing, or right wing, make that. Into the zone. Here's Cameron, controls it, into the slot, flips it right in front. Jason Labarge shot, save O'Neill, and the puck comes back to the rebound. Here's the puck deflected just wide, and again a good chance for Massena. Puck comes in the corner, back after it is Mike Dahl in behind his own net. He's got Cameron on him. Cameron loses his edge and goes into the boards, gets up a little slowly, but he's okay as the puck slides out to center ice. Here's Collins with it, flips it ahead. That's intercepted by Ryan Miller, dumped to the Massena line. Todd Collins is there again as Massena makes the change. Headman to Jason Labarge, takes it in, beats the defense. Here's Labarge, winds up, scored! Jason Labarge as he kissed the wide post, and Massena goes up 1-0. And Labarge had a great opportunity just minutes ago, and he gets his second one. He makes advantage of his second opportunity. Massena leads 1-0.
You mentioned the first opportunity. Chris Cameron set him in all alone on the left side, and Pat O'Neill stoned him. But Jason Labarge didn't make any mistake on that one. I thought he was going to get himself down too deep, but he fired that puck, Jerry. I know Pat O'Neill didn't see it because I didn't see it, and I had a perfect angle, and he just banked it off the far goal post. The Raiders up 1-0, and we haven't even played 60 seconds yet.
He had Chilton in there all by himself as well, so it was actually 2-0. Off the face-off, Kellison across the blue line, but it's offsides. I think Bobby Whitcup came in a little bit wide on the right side. Chile out there along with Freddie Kellison and Bobby Whitcup. And Aldis and Barkley are at the points. The Lattonville line out there for Plattsburgh. Lattonville, Colburn, and Lucken are the forwards.
Brian Levac will pick up the assist on that goal, Jerry.
Labarge flips it to Aldis. Aldis stick handles at his own blue line. Goes to the Massena defenseman, Barkley, and he moves it up along the boards. Has it knocked away. Barkley gets a body on it, and it's flipped to the Plattsburgh line. Picked up there by Bryce Dingman. Dingman, the big defenseman, has it poked away. Chile picks up the loose puck, trying to go right down the middle, and it's knocked off his stick. Kellison in behind. Centering pass goes to Chilton, back to Kellison. His shot, save, rebound, bounces back to the blue line, and is picked up there by Chad Colburn. Colburn just dumps it in the Massena zone, and we have an icing call. The faceoff will move back in the Massena zone, and the Raiders almost had another one right there.
Coach Don Pomeroy was hoping to catch a breather, just to let's prolong this for a few minutes, get our bearings. He's certainly... The Hornets are off to a bad start because we've played less than 2 minutes, and the puck has just been constantly buzzing around Pat O'Neill.
Now we've got Adam Morris centering a line of Mike Hewlett and Trevor Cameron. Morris has the puck in the corner, trying to go back to the point. Collins winds it up. His shot right on. Nice save by O'Neill. He got a stick on it, and it went up into the wall, and we'll have another face-off inside Plattsburgh territory where the puck has been for 2 minutes.
Mike Hewlett dug that one out of the corner and fed it back to Todd Collins at the right point, and Todd got off a rising shot, and there were two Raiders parked in front, and they, Freddie Kellison and Adam Morris, they deflected it up over the top.
Yeah, apparently O'Neill didn't touch it. I thought he got a piece of it, but apparently not. Faceoff moves outside. Off the draw. Puck goes to the red line. Backhanded in by Todd Collins. Racing after it is Morris. In the corner, centers it back to the point. Collins can't keep it in. I think he was a little surprised to get it. And it's into the zone. Here comes a chance for Plattsburgh's Boutsier. Takes it in the corner. Massena gets back. It's knocked down in front. And I think there's going to be a penalty on Collins for hooking, as he kind of let Boutsier get by him, and he hooked him.
I didn't see it, Jerry. I was watching the other side, but no question Todd Collins is not even blinking an eye. He's coming to the box, and Todd's been there a few times this year. In fact, this is about 47th minute penalty that he'll be in the sin bin for this year.
So Massena will be trying to kill off a penalty here with 12:51 left in the first period. Raiders lead it on the Corky scoreboard. The score is 1-0. Back to the point it comes. Moving around is Dahl to the middle of the blue line. Moving it over on the other side for Bryce Dingman. Dingman trying to feed it in, gets it back again. Here's Dingman across the line. Here's Dahl winding up his shot, deflected up into the glass behind the net. In the corner now, picking it up is Mike Jolin. Here's Jolin coming across, goes back to the point. Dahl flips to Jolin. He loses it. It's dumped down the ice by the Raiders. Aaron Barkley out killing the penalty. Massena will make penalty killing changes as it comes to Chris Aldis at his own blue line. He's going to dump it right back down the ice. Jake Morris out there now with Trevor Cameron up front. Here's Dahl with a puck. He's going to leave it for Ryan Miller. Miller's head man goes to Jolin. He takes it across. Jolin rips it around the boards into the corner. After it is Miller. Miller looking to move it. Barkley kind of takes him out of the play. The puck bouncing around. Now Morris throws a check. It comes to Jake, and Jake moves it out to center ice. And Aldis helps it the rest of the way. It comes back inside Plattsburgh territory. About 25 seconds left in the Plattsburgh power play. Back down the ice. Still in the Plattsburgh zone, though. Bryce Dingman, rather. Dingman now flips it ahead. And moving it out is Mike Dahl. Here comes Dahl into the Massena zone. Has it knocked off his stick. Bounces in behind the Massena net. After it is Barkley. He carries it around behind the net and moves it down the ice with 1 second left. And I think that'll be an ice. No, they wave it off. And the penalty has elapsed, and Massena back to full strength here, killing that first Plattsburgh power play off. Here comes Bryce Dingman flipping in the Massena zone. Dougie Cullen stops it, flips it ahead for Cameron on the wing. He bounces it by the defenseman, moves it down the ice. Here comes Big Chris, breaking by the D, takes it in front, and Labarge just fired it wide on a beautiful pass. Labarge almost had his second goal. Chris Cameron, beautiful pass. Labarge looking to center, takes it in the corner. Here's Labarge, side of the net. Wrap-around attempt by Chile, and O'Neill covers it up, and we'll have a face-off. What a nice pass that was by Chris Cameron right to Labarge, and he fired it wide.
Even nicer than that, Jerry, was the play that he made down in his own zone to bounce the puck past John Nielsen, froze him on the line, just touched past it right off the boards to himself and walked right around, blew by John Nielsen, created the 2-on-1 down at this end. One thing that penalty did, gave the Hornets a little breathing room, allowed them to get the puck out of their own end.
Back to the point. Here's Levac flipping it into the corner. After it is Dahl. Rides it around the boards, doesn't get it out. Bobby Whitcup flips it over to Kellison. He busts right in front. Shot. Oh, he fired it just wide. Puck in the corner. Around the boards it comes to Unkin Patel. Did he get it out? Apparently not. It goes to Whitcup right in front. Bounces over his stick in the corner. Kellison trying to go back to Whitcup. Bobby stays with it. Has it knocked away. And back out is John Nilsson. He flips it ahead to center ice. To the Massena line. Here's Todd Collins with it, gets it back from Whitcup. Collins has to ride it in behind. He gets ridden into the boards in turn by Patel. Now Bobby Whitcup comes in trying to help him out. Bouncing puck still sits there. They jam, and Whitcup comes out of the corner with it. Flips it around for Freddie Kellison. Here's Kellison. Ahead it goes, and oh, they keep it in just barely. Plattsburgh, good play. Here's an opportunity. Side of the net, and the shot, the save. The rebound, jamming in front, and Cullen's going to cover it up on a nice shot by John Nilsson.
The Raiders try to do the same move. Brian Levac tried to do the same move that Chris Cameron did, but he wasn't quite as smooth and wasn't successful. Down the other way, the Raiders had a glorious opportunity. Bobby Whitcup set Freddie Kellison in on the left side. Freddie's a right-handed shot. Freddie was thinking pass all the way. He had time to come around to the forehand and rip a shot.
Off the face-off, puck bounces in the circle. It's picked up by Morris. He moves it out to Trevor Cameron. Poked away, but Adams going to follow. It's going to be an offsides on Massena, though, as I think Trevor Cameron came in the zone a little bit too early.
To continue on that pickup on that blast, what I was talking about by Freddie Kellison, he had time to come around on the forehand and had a good scoring opportunity. He had no intentions of shooting the puck. He waited to pass and stayed on the backhand.
Off the face-off, Morris drops it back. Barkley trying to flip it ahead to Morris, knocked away. Comes back to Aaron. Aaron moves it ahead to the blue line. Trevor Brown to Morris, has it knocked away. Barkley tries to keep it in. He can't. Back the other way comes Mike Boutsier. He flips it in the Massena zone. In behind the net. Ripped around the boards there to Trevor Cameron. Cameron to Morris. Back to Cameron. He starts to move it ahead. For Morris. Knocked away. Back into the Massena zone it goes. Off a Plattsburgh stick. Chris Aldis back after it. He looks up ice. Is going to go on the wing. Cameron. Here's Cameron trying to poke check it. Doesn't get it out of the zone. It bounces in the corner again, and Barkley will have to pick it up. Here's Barkley. He's going to try the right side. Trevor Brown trying to move it up on the wing. He gets stopped, but it's poked ahead out to center ice. Dahl flips it right back in the zone. Aldis again. This time goes to Trevor Brown. Brown loses the puck. bounces by him, and here comes Mike Dahl taking it across, winding it up. His shot goes off a leg in the corner. Trevor Cameron will pick up the loose puck, flipping it ahead for Adam Morris, but it wasn't enough as Dingman knocks it down, knocks it back into the Massena zone. Aldis, or I should say Barkley, in the corner with a puck for Massena, moving it out now. Headman goes off Adam Morris's leg and down the ice, and O'Neill's going to play it back out to center ice. No, he doesn't get it out. It's in the corner, and Mike Dahl has to come back for it. Here's Dahl being forechecked by Brown. Flips it. Collins, did he keep it in? I think he's going to get a hand pass, but Plattsburgh's going to touch it anyway as the puck bounces out to center ice. Comes to Levac at the Massena line. Drops it to Collins. Collins bounces it out to center ice. Dumped right back in again. The Massena zone. Here comes Brian Levac. Moving it. Headman pass. Jason Labarge. Here comes Labarge into the corner now. Labarge looking, circles in behind. Here's Labarge in the corner, dropping it for Chris Cameron. Cameron circles, takes it right in the high slot. He's all by himself, takes it behind the goal, score! Chris Cameron waited for O'Neill to come out of the net, and he did, and Cameron went right around him, and it's 2-0 for Massena.
You'd have to be here to see that move that Chris Cameron, he picked the puck up behind the Plattsburgh end and swung wide out around the boards, almost out to the blue line, just weaving his way through Plattsburgh players, turned on a burst of speed. All of a sudden, it was just he and Pat O'Neill one-on-one, and he just put a move on Pat O'Neill that he was going to the backhand. He went to the forehand, and it was, school was out. He just put it in the empty net. An outstanding move by Chris Cameron. Well, that's his 25th goal of the year, and what a beauty.
I'll tell you what, Labarge has had a heck of a game already. He's had great opportunities, and he's made some great opportunities.
It's quite a line they have out there, Jake, Chris, and Jason.
Here's Chris Cameron, a little problem with it. He loses it in the zone, slipped in behind the net, comes to the side. Sharp angle shot goes to the side of the net, and it's tied up there, and we'll have a face-off inside Massena territory. 7:38 remaining. Period number one, the Raiders lead it 2-0 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
That puck went in to the left of Dougie Cullen off the dasher, came back out too slowly for Mike Joel, and he was parked out in front, just begging for the puck to come to him, and it just trickled out to him. By the time it got to him, Dougie was able to come back and cover the short side.
Off the face-off, it comes to Dingman, flips into the Massena zone. Levac is there, moving it ahead. Oh, he saw Jake, and he got it too far. It'll be an icing on Massena. Oh,
they're going to hit that, Jerry, before the night's over, and they know that the Plattsburgh defense really stays up at the line. Not one, but both of them, especially the strong side defenseman. And if your forwards aren't putting any pressure either on the wing or on that defenseman, that's suicide to stand there like that. They're going to dump the puck by you like Chris Cameron did, or they're going to hit that man up the middle right with a long pass, and it's going to burn this defense before the game is over.
Miller's line out against the Morris line. A little bit of movement on the circle, so we'll face... We'll wait a minute here. Let Chris Cameron get back in position. Off the draw. Jake wins it. It goes into the circle. Cameron loses it. It bounces in front. And Collins, nice backhand pass ahead to Labarge. Jason trying to bounce it. Morris flips it in the corner. Inside Plattsburgh territory. In behind the net. It wraps around the boards and comes out to Miller. Tries to keep it out of the zone. Labarge keeps it in. Here comes Jason. On the right side, in behind the net, Jason Labarge circles right in front. Nobody picks him up. He drops it back to Levac. His shot comes right to Labarge. Jason shot. Ooh, just wide. Puck in the corner. Jake Morris with it, trying to back pass it to the point. Has it knocked away. They jam for it, and Plattsburgh moves it, but not out. Kept in by Levac. He flips it. Goes off Jake's leg, and is picked up there by Mike Jolan. Jolan moves it to the Massena line ahead to Bryce Dingman. He gets knocked off the puck. It comes in behind. Massena's own Collins. Another nice move by Todd Collins, and he breaks out of the zone. Here's Collins. Headman goes off a leg. Cameron digging after it into the corner. He's all by himself. As Massena's in the middle of a line change, he gets knocked off the puck, and Mike Dahl picks it up, flips it, but Whitcup pokes it away to Chilton at the blue line. He dumps it to an open corner, and coming after it is John Nilsson. Nilsson to Dahl. Back to Nilsson. Massena trying to put some forechecking pressure on as Kellison gets back to Whitcup at the blue line. Here's Whitcup rather, circling in the corner. Gets by a check of Bootsier. Whitcup gets tied up in behind the net. They jam for it, and finally it's picked up by John Nilsson. He moves it around the boards and takes control of it, but doesn't get... Yeah, he does get it out. Kellison almost kept it in. Now it slides all the way down the ice in the Massena zone, and Barkley is back. Barkley gets by a check of Bootsier, rides it along the boards. Now he drops it back. Bootsier is going to pick it up, but he's taken out of the play there. And a nice play by Chris Aldis as he comes back and takes his man. Whitcup, headman pass. Chili's got Kellison. flips to Fred. Here's Fred, looking, centers to Whitcup. Whitcup loses it off his skate, and Plattsburgh breaks back the other way. Here comes Mike Dahl. Dahl flipping it ahead on the wing to Chad Colburn. He just flips it in the corner. Massena zone, comes to the side of the net. Barkley rides it around the boards. You know, Plattsburgh had a 4-on-2, and I don't think they realized it. Puck in the corner now. Chile gets knocked down. Puck bounces free right in front, and Aldis has it in behind. Chris Aldis with it, starting out to Whitcup on the wing. Bobby moving it out to center ice, has it knocked away. Aldis flipping it, bounces free. Aldis coming up with it, knocked down in the zone. Offsides will be the call, and we'll have a face-off just outside. 4:57 left, first period, and on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, Raiders lead at 2-zip.
Jerry, the Raiders, the line of Chris Cameron, Jake Morris, and Jason LaBarge have had 3 shifts out there, and on all 3 occasions, they've just been devastating. The Plattsburgh could not handle them. They couldn't do a thing with them. The Raiders just moved it at will with that unit.
Now Trevor Cameron coming out with Adam Morris, and now Mark Tayo is going to get a shift. What they're doing is giving everybody a chance on that wing on this third line. Puck into the Massena zone. Cullen plays it around the boards. In the corner it comes to Miller, centers it right across the goal mouth, and it comes into the corner. Hard check thrown there. Tayo picks up the puck off a nice Collins check. Headman. Tayo takes it out. Here comes Tayo. Headman breaking in is Adam Morris. Morris right in front, and he fired it wide. He deked one too many times, and the puck comes in behind the net. Now Morris digs it out of the corner. Looks to center to Tayo, knocked away by Dahl. Puck comes up along the boards. Trevor Cameron poke checks it away. It comes to Dahl again in behind his own net. Here comes Mike Dahl with it, moving it out to center ice. Ryan Miller. Miller's going to dump in the Massena zone. In behind the net is Dougie Cullen. Leaves it for Levac. He rides it around the boards for Mark Tayo. Tayo moving it, doesn't get it out. Here's a shot deflected by Collins, goes into the corner. Todd flips it around to Brian Levac. Levac moving it out. Headman doesn't get out of the zone. Now he moves it ahead to Tayo. Collins follows up, takes it by 1, takes it by 2. Here comes Collins rushing in the zone, trying to drop it through. It's knocked down. Massena gets caught on a line change, but now they get back out there. Here comes Dahl, busting down the ice. LaBarge takes him into the boards, and Trevor Cameron comes after the puck. Massena so far taking the man very well. Headman pass doesn't clear the zone. Here's the drive, Dingman, and Cullen makes the shoulder save. Puck comes right in front, bouncing in the circle. It jams, and it comes free to Jake Morris. Morris moving it. He's tied up. Keeping it in his Latinville. He dumps it in the corner. It's picked up by Todd Collins. Collins rides it around the boards for LaBarge. LaBarge moves it. Headman to Chris Cameron. He hits him. He's got Jake breaking. Cameron to Jake right in front. Jake, oh, nice save by O'Neill. Jake didn't get much wood on it, but O'Neill made the save. Now he comes in front, trying to backhander. Comes to Cameron. In the corner to Jake. Jake drops it back for Chris. Here's big Chris Cameron coming in front. Centers it to Jake. Here's Jake trying to get the backhander off. Can't do it. Has to come back into the corner. Here's Jake into the high slot. Stick handles, goes back to the point. Barkley flips it. Knocked down Cameron. Cameron shot. It comes in behind. The wraparound bounces off a body and comes back out to Boutsier. Boutsier just flips it to the Massena line, where Chris Aldis picks it up, and that line continues to have all kinds of chances. Headman goes to Dahl, or Dingman rather. He dumps it right back in the Massena zone. Barkley, headman to Jason LaBarge. Here comes LaBarge across the blue line. LaBarge takes it in the corner. LaBarge, stick handles, goes to Cameron behind the net. Cameron circles, back to the point. Aldis winds up his shot. Ooh, nice save by O'Neill, and he kicks it up into the wall. And we're down to 2:15 remaining first period. Raiders lead at 2-0 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
Excellent save by O'Neill. Also, Jason Chilton deflected that, so it made it an exceptionally good save. Jerry, the two of the veteran defensemen, Mike Dahl and Bryce Dingman of this Plattsburgh club, are the two biggest culprits getting caught up at that blue line. And the Raiders have, just in a short span, have busted it 3 times. I haven't capitalized on it, but they've been right in alone on Pat O'Neill because they get in behind this defense. Bryce Dingman just stands at that offensive line, and they burnt him 3 or 4 times alone already tonight.
Face off.
I don't know if he's Coach Pomeroy's instructed him to do that, but wow.
Off the face-off, puck in the circle. Chile after it there along with Whitcup. Whitcup stick handles back to Collins. He cranks it up, the save made by O'Neill, and he holds on as he's got Freddie Kellison right on top of him.
Pat O'Neill, one of the tabbed in preseason, one of the premier goalies in the league. First game against Massena, 56 saves, got a rocky start, but came on strong and really did a good job. The last time, I guess it was the first time up in Plattsburgh, he just did not play worth a darn up there. But he's been tested tonight, scored 2 on him, but he's saved about 6 other sure ones.
Face-off left side again, Plattsburgh zone. Chile to take the draw against Miller. Off the face comes to Whitcup. Whitcup takes it, side of the net, right in front. Misfired right in front. It goes to Chilton, and the save made by O'Neill again. Is that one of those almost sure ones that O'Neill made a good save on? We have a whistle. And Chile's going to pick up a charging call or a roughing call. And that happened behind the play, and I didn't see it.
That's what we call a frustration penalty, Jerry. He was frustrated at himself for missing a golden opportunity down here on that rebound that Bobby Whitcup shot, and the rebound came right out to Chile, and he didn't salt it away, and the play went to the corner, and he took his frustrations out on the Plattsburgh player. But the official right there, and you just can't do that because the Raiders are going to be penalized, and he put his frustrations ahead of the team, and you just can't do that.
1:54 left, first period. Raiders lead it 2-0 on the Corky scoreboard. Trevor Cameron out there along with Adam Morris. We've got Ryan Millers with Boutsier on one wing. We'll pick up the other as Brian Levac controls the puck and then dumps it down the ice. Let's see, Boutsier is up front, Miller's up front along with Jolin. And we've got, of course, Dahl and Dingman at the blue lines. Here comes Jolin. Mike Jolin has it poked away by Adam Morris, but following up is Dahl. Dahl and Morris go together. He flips it over to Dingman. Bryce now goes ahead to Boutsier. Boutsier takes it in the Massena zone. Knocked away. Collins jamming for it. Bounces free into the circle. Adam Morris, though, controls it. Flips it ahead for T. Cameron. And Trevor moves it out. Trevor with Adam Morris. Trevor just flips it in the zone. Trying to come up with it. It bounces free. Morris gets a piece of it. Now Trevor Cameron flips by the defense. Here's Cameron, the shot. Oh, he fired it just wide. I mean, just wide. Trevor Cameron, some tough forechecking. About 40 seconds left in the power play.
This is the last minute.
Boutsier busting down the wing. Flips it to Miller, goes behind him. Following up is Jolin into the Massena zone. Setting it up now. Jolin flips it in front. Boutsier knocked down, and the puck comes free. Back to Dingman. Dingman dumps it in the corner. Takes a funny bounce right to Ryan Miller. Miller for Plattsburgh goes back to the point, and that was a bad pass as Dahl couldn't keep it in. That was, about level, chest high? It bounced right over his stick. Now here comes Adam Morris. Stick handling. Headman, Cameron. Trevor comes in one-on-one. Here comes Cameron. He's taken out of the play and goes down, and the bouncing puck comes back to center ice. Massena's got a man back from the penalty box, and Plattsburgh dumps it in the Massena zone. Comes rolling behind the net. After there's Todd Collins. He wraps it around the boards for Aldis. Can you believe it? We're down to 10 seconds left in the first period as the puck gets dumped in the Massena zone. Into the corner again with 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Collins just plays with it, and that'll take care of the period. That period went unbelievably quickly.
It did, Jerry, and just at the end, Mike Dahl is looking for the mugger who mugged him out on the ice. And I'll tell you, I can give him his number. It's 9 White. Trevor Cameron went down a one-on-one with Mike Dahl, and Dahl played it exceptionally well. Played the man and has the puck
zone. We're just underway in the second period. Raiders lead it on a score of 2-0 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard.
All Raiders in that first period, except for a brief flurry that the Hornets had a little after about the 2:30 mark when they had a man advantage. Other than that, it's been all Massena.
Jake Morris against Ryan Miller off the faceoff. Labarge pokes it into the corner, takes the puck. Labarge goes back to the point. Collins winds it up. Oh, boy, Chris Cameron trying to deflect it. Now Jake gets knocked down, but Cameron is there, ridden into the boards. Jake picks up the loose puck. Looking, circling. Goes to Cameron. Cameron in front, and Labarge whacks at it. Oh, saved by O'Neill. Here's Cameron's shot. Another save by O'Neill. Puck free. Poked, right across the goal mouth as O'Neill lost it. Comes back to Levac at the point. Here's Brian flipping it in the corner to Chris Cameron. Cameron comes out of the circle, then comes back in, falls down, loses his edge. Puck bounces free, and the Hornets bounce it out to center ice. Here's Todd Collins with it. Backhand it in the zone. It's going to be offsides as Cameron is trying to come out of the zone. Now he's on the ice. And I'm not sure what happened to him. He's getting up slowly.
I know what happened to him, Jerry.
Okay, we won't go into it any further than that.
That's exactly what it is. He got hit by the puck, and he'll be fine, and give him a chance to get over the bench and get a breather there. Again, that line we talked about, Cameron, Morris, and Labarge, lethal weapon 2 or 3 or 4. They've just been devastating every time they've been out there.
I don't know how that puck didn't go in that time. Here's Barkley with it, backhanded by Freddie Kellison to Chilton. Chilton trying to slide it free. It comes right back to him in front. Backhander. Big save. O'Neill comes in front. Whitcomb. Another save. Bounces back to the blue line. Barkley keeps it in to Kellison. He fires it wide. O'Neill's made some unbelievable saves. And the puck goes in the corner. Kellison after it. Trying to flip it. He can't get a hold of it. Chilton does, though. Has it knocked away. Gets it back. Fleeds it to Kellison. It's knocked away and it's back out to center ice. And racing down is Luckin. Luckin takes it across in the Massena zone. Slides it in the corner. Doug Cullen's going to play it around the boards for Kellison. Freddie controls it, bounces it out to center ice, a little bit too hard, and it'll be an icing call on Massena. He tried to get it ahead to Chilton, who was breaking out of the zone, but too much mustard on it, and face off and move back in the Massena zone.
All those rave reviews that we'd heard about Pat O'Neill coming true. It's coming to the fore tonight. He's had an outstanding period and minute and a half here in the second. Just some super saves.
Okay, we've got Adam Morris centering a line with Trevor Cameron on the wing and Mike Hewlett on the other wing. So as we mentioned, all the other guys are getting a chance to play, and the headman pass hit the official and bounced right to the Plattsburgh player. He fired it wide. Hewlett throws a nice check, comes up with a puck and headmans it on the stick of Morris. He directs in the Plattsburgh zone. He's racing for it, but O'Neill will play it back out to center ice. In fact, it comes all the way to the Massena line, and Todd Collins is there. Here's Collins, headman. Oh, just by Trevor Cameron. That'll be an icing call on Massena. And that missed by, what, about 3 inches? And Trevor would have been in all by himself.
Adam Morris, to show you how fast he is, the Plattsburgh defenseman had at least a 30-foot head start on him. And Adam Morris closed that gap to within about a foot before the goaltender cleared the puck. Just a great burst of speed.
Let's see, we've got Jolin centering a line now with Unkin Patel and Chad Colburn. It comes to Colburn back to the point. The shot blocked, and Hewlett's going to go 2-on-0. Here comes Hewlett. He's got Morris. He takes it to Morris. He shoots wide. Oh, my goodness. Nice pass. It comes to Trevor Cameron. Centers it. Comes right in front. Backhander. Save made by O'Neill. Puck in the corner. Back to the point. Here's Levac. His shot deflected into the corner. After it is Hewlett. Oh, Hewlett made a beautiful pass, too. And finally, Plattsburgh comes up with it, trying to move it out. No. Adam Morris takes it right by the defenseman, centers it. It bounces back to the blue line. What do we got? A holding call?
But it's good against Plattsburgh, and I don't know why he blew the whistle, because Massena had the puck. Wayne is, it's going to go against Plattsburgh. Put the clutch on the Massena player, but it came back to the point, and the Massena defenseman had it and was ready to crank one out. I think Wayne realizes he made a mistake. You mentioned in that 2-on-0, Mike Hewlett and Adam Morris broke down from the red line, 2-on-0, and just an outstanding save by Pat O'Neill. Although Mike Hewlett did telegraph the pass, O'Neill was able to get across and put the stick on it. Just a great save.
Off the faceoff, the puck bounces back in the Massena zone. Raiders on the power play for the first time tonight. And we've got Jake Morris out there with Labarge and Cameron. Morris drops it. Barkley, long headman pass to Aldis. Aldis takes it right by the defense and in the zone. Setting up to Chris Cameron, bounces away. And it's dumped to the blue line. Barkley, good job to keep it in with his skate. He dumps it in the corner to big Chris Cameron. Cameron goes to Jake at the 45. Back to Barkley at the point. Back to Jake. Jake flips to Cameron. Cameron has it bounce up over his stick. It hits something or a stick or something. It bounces up off the ice surface. And that'll move the face-off outside the zone. 11:55 remaining. Second period. Raiders continue to lead 2-0 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard.
Little things department, Jerry. Jason Labarge right down at the blue line. The coaches notice these things. He ran a pick play for Chris Aldis, allowed him to gain the zone. Chris wouldn't have been able to get into the zone without dumping it, but Jason Labarge just picked off the Plattsburgh player and gave access to the zone for Chris Aldis.
Lattenville out to take the face-off. Morris wins it to Aldis, and Aldis takes it in the zone. Here's Chris dropping to Labarge. Labarge busts right in front, takes it in behind. Here's Labarge. Back to the point, Barkley. Barkley goes over to Jake. Jake back to Barkley. He's got a lot of time. Winds it up. The shot deflected in front. They jam. It's cleared back to the point. Morris takes it in the corner to Cameron. Here's Chris. Big Chris in behind. Cameron circles. Comes in front. Hits the side of the net. Now Labarge with it. Jason. Jason back to Barkley. Barkley to Jake as Massena moves it around on the power play. Big Cameron. Cameron to Jake. Right in front. Aldis scores! And Massena goes up 3-0. And I guess Jake was the decoy, and Aldis was the man who was intended to score as he came in from his point position. Raiders take the 3-0 lead.
I'm not sure if he was a decoy or not, Jerry. They both jumped down. Jake went through the seam, and Chris Cameron put it across there, and Chris Aldis did jump down. He could have been the intended. I'm not sure. Jake might have touched that also coming through, but it was a great play, great read by Chris Cameron, and Chris Aldis, a very smart play to jump down from the blue line, and Pat O'Neill had no choice. Chris Cameron to the left of goaltender just read Chris Aldis jumping down from the point and put it right on his stick.
My goodness, the Raiders moved that puck around on the power play, didn't they?
Lovely, lovely.
Off the face-off, it comes to Levac in his own end. Boutier trying to forecheck him. Levac takes it and shovels it out. It bounces off a leg, comes back to Collins. Bounce pass to the middle. Bobby Whitcomb poke checked away. Here's an opportunity in the zone for Plattsburgh. Boutier shot, he scores! And Massena gave the puck away at center ice, and Boutier comes in and gets Plattsburgh on the board, 3-1.
They finally broke that shutout of 13 periods into the 14th period before the Plattsburgh Hornets finally rang one up. And as you said, a giveaway in the neutral zone. Mike Jolin picked it up in the neutral zone, walked in on a 2-on-1 with Mike Boutier, and Jolin put a great pass over to Boutier, who made no mistake, and Dougie Cullen had no chance. Boutier went upstairs. Doug slid across from right to left, but Boutier tucked it in up under the crossbar. Nice goal by the Hornets.
So it's 3-1 now for Massena. Off the face-off, the puck bouncing around at center ice. Here comes Ryan Miller dumping it in the Massena zone. In behind the net is Levac. Levac takes it by a check and moves it out to center ice. Trying to get the head man. It's knocked down by Miller. Comes back to the Massena line. Back in the zone is Jolin. Jolin trying to slide it through. It's knocked in front. Boutier shot. Goal. Big glove save by goaltender Doug Cullen.
Outstanding save by Doug Cullen. Another giveaway in the Raiders zone right at the top of the circle. And the Plattsburgh player had a gift right on his, I think it was number 17, Ryan Miller. I'm not sure, but he got off a quick shot, and Dougie Cullen put that left hand out there very quick-like, and big save, but that was headed for the top left-hand corner.
Lattonville will take the face-off against Morris. Off the draw, it comes to Barkley in behind his own net. Starts out right side, flips it ahead, bounces to the blue line, kept in at the point. Here's a shot bouncing in behind the net. Comes to Trevor Cameron. Here's Cameron dropping it for Barkley. Barkley rides it around the boards. Trevor Brown can't come up with it. Goes back to Barkley, centers into the circle, bounces free, and finally Trevor Cameron turns it around, doesn't clear the zone. In the corner it goes. Aldis flipping it around for Trevor Brown again. Brown trying to move it ahead, doesn't get it out of the zone. Finally it's poked free and out to center ice. Dumped back in the zone. Plattsburgh will have to clear. Here's Trevor Brown, loses it. Knocked down though by Barkley. Back out to Trevor Cameron. Cameron feeds Adam Morris, has it knocked off his stick. Back to the Massena line, Aldis, headman, Morris. Here's Adam in the zone, swept away from him. In behind, it's Trevor Cameron picking it up. Here's Cameron. He's got Brown right in the slot, but Cameron takes it around from behind. Right in front of the net, his shot. O'Neill makes the save. Puck bounces into the corner. Brown after it. Here's Brown now. Stick handling. Gets tied up. Gets it back again. Centers it right in front to Adam Morris. Goes to Trevor Cameron in the corner. Here's Cameron in behind. Cameron with it. Trying to center Brown. Knocked down. Gets it back again. Puck in the corner. Cameron goes back to the point. Aldis. Here's Chris with it, winding up. His shot deflected in front, sits in the slot. It comes to Adam Morris. He can't get the shot off, goes back to Barkley. No, it's knocked down, and Plattsburgh's going to clear it all the way down the ice. That'll be an icing call against Plattsburgh. Massena moving that puck all the way around. They just couldn't get a shot off.
Good offensive flurry at the end, and then just after that goal at the Massena end, the Plattsburgh Hornets were putting on some pressure. The Raiders a little disorganized in their own end, but once they did clear it, that line of Adam Morris and Trevor Cameron and Trevor Brown putting on all kinds of pressure, had a couple of good opportunities. Adam Morris parked in front, just couldn't get enough wood on, or they would have had their fourth goal, but good pressure by that line.
Off the face-off, puck comes right in front of the net, and finally it's cleared to the blue line and out to center ice. Here comes Luckin, across the Massena zone. He's going to dump it in the corner. Cullen plays it in behind, leaves it for Levac. It's knocked away. Comes right in front. Jake Morris gets a piece of it and knocks it down and comes up with a puck. Morris made a good defensive play that time. Here comes Jake now busting down the wing, trying to shift it by Bryce Dingman. Dingman knocks it away and dumps it down the ice, and that'll be an icing call against the Hornets and move the faceoff back in the Massena zone. 8:36 remaining in period number 2. Raiders lead it 3-1 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard.
Again, we talked about Jason LaBarge running a pick play before. He just used those defensive skills of his. He did it again down in the defensive end, allowed Jake Morris enough room to skate the puck out of the zone. Good job by Jason LaBarge.
Off the faceoff. Collins' shot is kind of wide by about 3 feet. Comes around the boards. Jolin moves it out to center ice off a stick. Poke checked away by Levac. Picks up the puck, trying to flip it ahead. It's knocked down, and the Hornets take it back in. Here's Jolin. Jolin gets the shot off. Cullen, I think that was on, made the save. And the puck in the corner. Collins throws the check, comes up with the puck. Here's Todd with it, dropping it to big Chris Cameron in behind the net. Here's Cameron with it, out in front. Moves it, out to center ice. Headman pass for LaBarge. He's got Morris with him. LaBarge didn't see Jake. Flips it back to the blue line. Collins in front to Cameron. Score! Oh, Chris Cameron on the pass from Todd Collins. Massena goes up 4-1.
And Pat O'Neill just put his hands up in the air. Now he's skating behind the net. He's not mad at himself. He's saying, guys, come on, give me some help out here. And he's referring to his defense. The Raiders gained the zone and moved it around tic-tac-toe. Todd Collins jumped down and had a golden opportunity. He elected to pass to Chris Cameron, who was standing about 25 feet right out in front, and he wristed one, and it was just a burner. It was by Pat O'Neill. I don't even think he saw it because he was screened, a couple guys parked in front, but he's not getting much help with his defense out there.
I would say he's not getting any help.
That's you're more like it, Jerry. That's right.
Off the face-off, Barkley has a problem with it, flips it on the backhand to Freddie Kellison, knocked away. Comes to Aldis. Aldis has it poked away. Here comes Boutsier, but it's knocked off. Bobby Whitcup back checking, and it's flipped ahead. It comes to Kellison. Kellison drops it for Whitcup. Here comes Bobby. Just dumps it in the Plattsburgh zone. It's going to go right on O'Neill. He's going to cover up as he's got Chile bearing down on him. And the faceoff will come inside Plattsburgh territory. 7:37 left, second period. Raiders lead at 4-1 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard.
That Plattsburgh goal was Mike Boutsier from Mike Jolin and Ryan Miller at the 4:01 mark. And that last Raider goal is 26th of the year, Chris Cameron from Jason LaBarge and Todd Collins.
Second of the game for Big Chris. Off the face, back to Barkley, cranks it up, fires it wide. Wow, whistles all the way, but Aldis keeps it in somehow. Nice job by Chris Aldis. It comes in front, Chile shot, save, rebound, another save, in the net! And Chilton, I think on the third effort, scores the goal, and Massena goes up 5-1.
Jerry, but the key again, and you said it, somehow he kept it in. Chris Aldis unbelievably kept that puck in the zone. The shot came from the left point. Aaron Barkley scorched one, and it went to the left and right into the corner and right up the dasher. No way in the world that the Raiders are going to keep that in the zone. Somehow Chris Aldis, for a big man, he can really sprint. Got to the side, kept the puck in the zone, and from then it was history. Came into Chile, as you said. He had 3 cracks at it before he salted it away. But just a super job by Chris Aldis.
Off the face-off, here's Trevor Cameron across the blue line. Flips it over to Mark Tayo, Tayo knocked into the boards by Dahl and steals the puck. Dahl gets it back again and takes it in behind. Here's Dahl. Oh, he almost lost it. Puck comes back to the blue line. Goes swept into the corner by Plattsburgh. Pinching in is Collins, and he flips it in the corner. Adam Morris trying to flip it back to Trevor Cameron. Cameron takes it in front. His shot. Oh, what a save by O'Neill. How did he see that one? He was screened. And finally, it's out to center ice. The Hornets move it to the Massena line. Jolin takes it across. Centers it to Boutsier. Boutsier in the corner too deep, and Collins takes it off his stick. Ridden around the boards, Tayo. Tayo circles back again. We've got Todd Manning out there from Massena for the first time tonight. Adam Morris flipped head to, just by Trevor Cameron. Cameron's going to chase it down, but it's going to be icing as he can't quite get to it. And where'd that pass come from? I guess it was on the Massena half of center ice.
That last goal, by Jason Chilton, his 20th of the year, Freddie Kellison and Chris Aldis picking up the assist. Chris Aldis kept it in, knocked it into the corner. Freddie Kellison relayed it out to Jason Chilton, and as we mentioned, shot, O'Neill makes a save, rebound, O'Neill makes a save, but Chile not to be denied. And when a player can stand in front of your goaltender and get 3 whacks at it, that doesn't tells you something.
We've got the Massena number 1 line back at the point. Here's a shot by Plattsburgh, knocked down in front. The backhander knocked down in front again, comes back to the blue line. Plattsburgh's got their 3rd line out there against Massena's 1st. And they almost had an opportunity, but now Massena breaks it out. Here comes Morris to LaBarge. Barge busts in by the defense, takes it in front a little bit too deep, turns it around behind the net. He looks, goes across to Jake, his shot. Oh, Cameron almost deflected it in. And now it's going to be Plattsburgh moving it out to center ice, to the Massena line. And a good job by Brian Levac to take his man. That's Jan Sherman on the wing. And now it's Jason Labarge stick handling behind his own net. He says, hey, I'm used to being back here. Now he's going to move it ahead, all the way out to center ice, and Dingman dumps it right back in the Massena zone. Now Barkley picks up the loose puck. Barkley moves it, bounces it, ahead to center ice. Into the zone, racing for it is John Nielsen. He's got Cameron coming in on him, rides it around behind the net. To the wing, it's dumped out to center ice. Here's an opportunity for Luckin. Across the blue line, and he's taken out of the play. The puck rolls right in on Cullen. But again, Brian Levac doing his job. He tried to poke it away, didn't poke it away, took his man. And Luckin had nowhere to go except over to the side. The puck just slid right through, right in on Cullen.
Perfect example of playing the man, and that was a mismatch. Brian Levac, a foot and a half taller than Luckin. But I'll tell you mentioned about Plattsburgh having their third unit. Jerry, it doesn't matter. Coach Pomeroy's had all kinds of combinations out there against that first unit, and no one's been able to keep them in check.
Off the face-off. Puck in the Massena zone, bounce back to the point. Here's Dingman. His shot gets through, and the save made by Cullen. In the corner, going after it. It comes to Kellison, though. Kellison trying to poke it out to center ice. Whitcup, he drops it back to Aldis. Heads-up play by Bobby. Headman pass to Kellison, knocked away. Comes to Aldis again. His pass intercepted by Lattenville. He loses to Aldis. Aldis bounces ahead for Kellison. Knocked away. They jam for it. Kellison comes up with it. Flips it ahead for Whitcup. Bobby's going to split the D. He gets tied up and he's being held. There's going to be a penalty. O'Neill makes the save. And, Bobby Whitcup just took a shot in the face from Pat O'Neill. And there's one penalty and maybe two on Plattsburgh. He did it right in front of the official. And Jason Chilton is telling the official that.
Yes, he is.
I don't know what he said, but the official started to laugh.
Well, Chili was laughing too, and they're going to call a hook. Is that number 3 out there? Janie, is that 3?
No, 23.
Excuse me.
That's
number Uncan Patel, and Uncan did the only thing he could. Bobby Whitcup split the defense, and he was home free if Uncan Patel had not put the hook on him. Speaking of penalties, Jerry, a stat I can't believe looking down. Chris Aldis, he's played a lot of ice time through the season. Now he's getting a regular shift since Jason Labarge has moved up. I don't think he's had a penalty this year.
You're kidding me.
I have him down as having a penalty.
Off the faceoff, Chili with a puck goes back to the point. Brian Levac flips it to Chilton at the 45 in the corner to T. Cameron, trying to come out to Chilton. His shot. Adam Morris waved at it on the way by. It was bouncing. Comes to Collins at the point to Adam. Adam Morris back to Collins at the 45. Todd goes back to Levac at the point. His shot knocked down. Comes to Chilton at the 45. Back to Levac. Levac to Chilton. Takes it in the circle. Cameron trying to go back to Chilton. It bounces in front. Cameron whacks at it. It comes to Cameron again. Finally, he loses it. Bouncing back to the blue line. Cameron stays with it somehow. Here comes Trevor in front. Centers it to low Adam Morris, and he couldn't get the shot out. What a pass. What a play by Trevor Cameron.
Trevor Cameron was 1-on-none with Pat O'Neill. Had him dead to rights. A lot of guys would have shot the puck, but parked right off the edge of the crease to the right of Pat O'Neill was Adam Morris, and he fed him a pass, and Adam just could not connect on it. But those two have done that all year long. Since they've hooked up, they've had some outstanding passes, and I still can't believe the one I harken back to Malone. I dream about that one. They made that pass on the goal crease. I couldn't believe it could be done, but they showed me. Those two have really teamed up well.
Off the faceoff, Aldis at the point, flips it in the corner for Labarge as we got the Massena first unit out there now. Goes to Cameron in behind the net. He slides it, knocked down, bounces back to the blue line. Comes to Jake Morris at the 45, circling, looking, decides to go back to Barkley. Aaron with it at the blue line. He's going to wind up his shot right on. O'Neill makes the save and sits on it. As guess who's right in front looking for a rebound? Chris Cameron.
And Pat O'Neill, you have to have some compassion for the young man. We're 3:45 shy of the second period, and he's really had a workout here. You can see him when he goes down, makes that save, he gets up, and he just looks at his defense. Come on, fellas, give me some help. They're stick checking in front of the net. Instead of trying to knock somebody down, they're reaching in with a stick, they being Plattsburgh, and trying to stick check in front of your own net. Unbelievable.
5-1, Massena leads here in the waning moments of the second period. Off the face, Massena on the power play. Jason Labarge circles at the 45, right side of O'Neill. Trying to go to Aldis, but it's knocked down, and Lattenville is going to dump it down the ice. And Massena will come back and regroup. Don't know if they're going to, let's see. We do have one forechecker in Chad Colburn. Now here comes Jake with it. Takes it right down the middle. Flips it. No, he's going to keep it. Here's Jake right in front. Centers it right on the save made. Aldis got the second shot. Penalty is up. Jason LaBarge with it. Slides it right down the middle, but it's knocked down, and Dahl's going to dump it down the ice. Dougie Cullen grabs it and leaves it. Here's Barkley with it. Ripping it over to Jason LaBarge. LaBarge looks up and takes it out to center ice. 3 minutes left in the second. Massena 5-1. Here's LaBarge by the D. O'Neill poke checks. Oh, there's going to be a penalty on LaBarge as he goes right into O'Neill.
Oh, yeah, no question. And Pat O'Neill is really upset, and the Plattsburgh Hornets are really upset. And Jason saying, oh, what for? And Wayne Umel is going to say he's going to call him interference. He went in, and he might have given him a double. We'll see. But he really put a lick on Pat O'Neill. He could have avoided it, in my estimation. Now, just one, giving him a break. He's only chalking up one. But Jason went end to end, coast to coast, and got in just at the last second. Lost the puck and continued on in his momentum. He's going to say carried him into Pat O'Neill, and he really gave him a shot.
They will not let you hit the goalie.
No, that's a no-no.
No. So Jason picks up an interference call at 12 minutes and 8 seconds of the second period. Massena leads at 5-1.
Good call by Wayne Umel.
Oh, no question. And here comes Trevor Cameron. Cameron takes it in the zone. He's got Adam with him. Cameron circles in the corner, goes back to Barkley at the point. Whoops! Tries to go across to Aldis, but it got away from him. Now Barkley with it, turns it around for Trevor Cameron, knocked away. And finally picking it up is Ryan Miller. Miller flips it ahead for Mike Jolin. Jolin takes it in the Massena zone and shovels it in the corner. Bounces around in behind for Miller. Miller gets taken into the boards, but it comes back to the point. Here's the drive by Dahl, high over the net. Bounces over to Jolin at the 45, back to Dingman at the point. Dingman slides it right in front. And Aldis makes a great play to poke check it. And here comes Massena's Trevor Cameron back the other way. Cameron goes by the defense, centers it right in front. Adam Morris, shot, score! Adam Morris, but Trevor Cameron made that play. Cameron, oh, what a beautiful play it was. Massena goes up 6-1.
Let's go back, take the reel back just a little bit further, Jerry. Chris Aldis down at his own end. A great defensive play to prevent the Hornets from putting their second goal on the board. He deflected a puck to the corner, and then it was just an outstanding pass up to Chris Cameron. Trevor Cameron took it in full flight, gained the zone, bowled over the defenseman, and Adam Morris broke by the other defenseman, and Trevor Cameron put it right on his stick. Adam Morris went in, put Pat O'Neill down, and didn't make the mistake he made the first time when he put it right along the ice. He put it up over the stick and into the empty corner. Just a great goal by Adam Morris. Great pass by Trevor Cameron, but the play down at the other end by Chris Aldis was something else.
Massena leads at 6-1 now with 2:03 left in the second period.
And Chris Aldis does get the other assist.
He deserved one.
He certainly did.
A defensive assist and an offensive assist. Here is Levac flipping it down the ice. Still 30 seconds remaining on the power play for the Hornets. Big Dingman in the zone. He flips it, bounces free. Whitcup checking in there, comes up with a puck, gets knocked down, but it goes out. Levac dumps it in the zone, and Chile wanted to get out of the way of that one. Bouncing in behind. Here's Dingman with it. Dingman trying to move it, lifts it high in the air, bounces. Brian Levac at his own blue line, flips it right back out to Chile. Chile, whoops, couldn't find the handle on it. Plattsburgh dumps it. Collins looks, rifles it down the ice, and that'll take care of the penalty as Jason LaBarge steps out on the ice. Here's Chile, stick handling, back out to center ice, turns it around, gets knocked down. The puck comes free to the Massena line. Brian Levac is there. Goes over to Todd Collins. Collins moves it ahead to Freddie Kellison. Backhand pass. Oh, that was meant for Whitcup. And we got a penalty on Plattsburgh, I believe. No, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's
got to be Plattsburgh.
Unken is going to get it, Jerry.
Unken Patel.
Unken's going to get it for slashing. He ran into Jason Chilton right at the neutral zone, and Jason kind of rubbed his ear, I think, on the way down a little bit. And Unken took exception to it. So as Jason skated away, Unken was still on his knees, and he just gave him a little tap. It wasn't hard, but the official deemed it was slashing. So Unken is going to pick it up at 1:06 left in the second period.
Massena leads at 6-1 and goes on the power play here with 1:06 left in the second, as Dave said, on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. Off the face, here comes Cameron. Cameron takes it in behind. He's got Labarge in front. Circles. Stops. Falls down. Gets back up again. And we got a man in the crease, and Jason Labarge. And, well, that was questionable.
Jason said, who, me? He's still looking.
He says, oh, wait a minute. Where's the crease?
Yeah, you must be mistaken, Mr. Umel. I'm not in the crease. In fact, now he's talking with the Plattsburgh player. We weren't in the crease, were we?
Were we?
Yeah, no way.
And Dahl says, well, I think you were. Come on, have a heart, Jason. 57 seconds left in the second. Here comes Cameron trying to get by the D, but it's knocked away. Back out to center ice. Aaron Barkley with it. Flips to Aldis. Aldis, oh, he's going to skate it in on the left side. Here comes Chris with it, looking up. In behind the net. Goes to Cameron. Cameron gets tied up. Can't see it. Stays with it, though. Here's Cameron with it. Goes to, no, yeah, he does go to Jake. And Jake takes it to the 45. Back to the point. Barkley winds it up. The shot knocked down. I think it went off Labarge, just a matter of fact. Comes to Jake at the 45. There's Jake to Cameron. Cameron circles out. Oh, he tries to find Aldis breaking in, but it was behind him. Comes out to center ice. Barkley back pass. Labarge can't come up with it. It's going to come to Barkley at the Massena line. He leaves it for Labarge. Labarge moves it ahead to Jake. Jake busts in the zone, left side. He's got Aldis kind of creeping in. Jake takes it in behind. Here's Morris with it. 1 second. Whoops. I think they forgot what time was left. So did I.
I did too. And they were all jumping down into the fray. The Raiders had 4 men down below the dot that time. That's what happens. You get caught up in that feeding frenzy, and they've been really offensive-minded here, having their own way in the Plattsburgh defensive zone, just gaining the zone at will and just going around and through and over and under the Plattsburgh defense. And poor Pat O'Neill has not had much support.
Period. It was tied at 2, Seton Catholic and Potsdam. And that coming from our colleagues over in Potsdam. They announced it, and Danny Rayholm, the PA announcer, has been monitoring their broadcast, and they announced the score after 1 period, 2-2, Seton and Potsdam. And we hopefully will have a 2-period score shortly. And Paul, break in whenever you get one.
Jerry, you and I would never make a living picking winners in the NAC. The other night we were only bad at 50%. We got the Saranac Lake and the Lake Placid game wrong.
I know. I'm surprised. I'm still surprised at that outcome, both of them. But hey, here we go. Chris Aldis flips it in the zone. Massena on the power play for a few more seconds here as we start the 3rd period. The puck rides all the way back to the blue line. Barkley keeps it in, takes it across. Why not? He'll shoot. O'Neill makes the save, gives up the rebound. It cleared back to the point. Barkley steps in, flips it to Cameron, bounces in behind the net. Cameron after it. Chris has it poked away. Puck comes into the corner to Jake. The penalty is up. Goes to Cameron, back to Jake. Jake back to Chris. Chris circles, wraps it around, centering pass, shot, score! And I think, who was that in front? Aldis again, getting his 2nd goal of the game on the pass from Chris Cameron. And that wasn't a power play goal, but it might as well have been, because Plattsburgh was still in their penalty-killing mentality, I guess. And Massena continued to look like they had the power play going, and Massena leads 7-1.
Chris Aldis, his 2nd goal of the night, and great pass from Chris Cameron. Aldis jumped down from the point from about 10 feet out. Chris Cameron working behind the net that he likes to do, a la Gretzky move, and he found him right, Chris Aldis, and put it right on his stick, and boom, it was in the net.
Here comes Chile, busting by the defense in the zone. Sharp angle shot. O'Neill makes the save and knocked the net off. Okay. 4-4 at the end of 2. Potsdam and Seton Catholic. Wow. They got a dandy going up there. We don't here.
Looking across the way, a couple of familiar faces over there. Coach Mickey Locke and Randy Roy, along with Tim Hayes. Their season ended last night, and I guess you can call this a busman's holiday. They're over there. They haven't had enough hockey.
There you go. Off the face-off. Puck picked up there by Ryan Miller, and he's going to ice it. And the whistle will blow, and the face-off will move back into Plattsburgh territory. Raiders lead at 7-1 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. We're in the 3rd period, and that game, a long way from being decided down in Plattsburgh, as Seton Catholic and Potsdam are tied at 4. I'm kind of surprised. Potsdam's got 4 goals.
Yes, that surprised me. That's usually a week's worth of goals for the Sandstoners.
Off the face-off, right in front, right? Oh, Whitcup trying to center it. Goes by Kellison, though. And the Hornets finally get a piece of it. Jolin. He drops it back to Mike Dahl, who moves it to center ice. Comes to Collins at the Massena line. Flips it ahead. And it's intercepted by Whitcup. Oops, he lost his edge and fell down. But offsides will be called anyway, I believe.
You kind of wonder, Jerry, at the Raider coaching staff, who they would prefer to play. Would they prefer to play the Sandstoners, an outstanding goaltender who can really set you on your ears on a given occasion? You know, he's done it this year. Or would you rather play an offensive club like the Knights that can put the puck in the net?
I'm going to wait. I didn't ask Stan that in the pregame because I wanted to wait and see who wins tonight. But we'll ask him before the game and see what he has to say about it. Here comes Ryan Miller. He just flips it. That's going to be icing, I believe, as he didn't wait long enough. And face-off will move back inside the Massena zone, or in the Plattsburgh zone.
It's no fair asking him after the game. We should have asked him before. That's
well,
he wouldn't have. Stan probably would have given you a diplomatic answer.
Well,
anyway.
I'll tell you why I didn't ask him, because I didn't want to make any assumptions about this game.
Right.
Now we can ask him. After the game, say, well, who would you rather play? I've got a feel they'd rather play Seton. I myself would rather see Potsdam. I think that Massena, when they get in that big ice surface, will be able to wheel and deal a lot up at Shield. Well, off the face-off, back to the point. Jean-Paul Beauvert trying to flip it ahead. It's intercepted. Back out to center ice into the Massena zone. Beauvert picks up the loose puck, flips it ahead to T. Cameron. He can't quite control it. It's dumped in the corner. Levac dumps it out to center ice. Picked up there by John Nilsson to the Massena line. Levac again. Oh, Boutsier just lost his edge and fell down. Levac flips it ahead for Hewlett, who directs it into the Plattsburgh zone. Nilsson is back after, doesn't clear the zone. Hewlett trying to center it, but he didn't get enough mustard on it, and it's Boutsier flipping it back out. Here's Boutsier. Levac takes it away, feeds it ahead for Adam Morris. Bounces around, dumped back in the zone, knocked down at the blue line by Levac. Oh, here comes Morris breaking. Levac tries to find him, dumped down the ice. And Morris couldn't quite catch it. O'Neill flips it in the corner. Boutsier. Morris takes him into the boards. The puck comes free. Miller drops it back in behind the net. This game has slowed down considerably, David.
Very much so.
Here's Beauvert, winds up. His shot right on. O'Neill gloves it and holds on for the faceoff. 12:32 left, third period. And on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, Raiders lead at 7-1.
Pieces of the puzzle starting to fall into place, Jerry. We in Division 3, it's going to be Clifton Fine, and you and I both would guess it's got to be Northeast Clinton for the championship. Division 1, that's going to be Massena, and, there's a piece that's still missing, and there's two pieces missing in Division 2.
And we're going to be over at Salmon River tomorrow night. We'll get a chance to see that Viking club. Thousand Islands, they've been highly rated at times. Here's Cameron trying to come around front. He does. Takes it in front, the shot, save, and it's underneath O'Neill. And Chris looking for the hat trick there, and he made a good shot, but O'Neill made a good save. He's made a lot of good saves in this game.
He was going. Chris came darting out to the left of Pat O'Neill and ran right into Jason LaBarge and number 7, Mike Dahl, who were locking horns. And
Barkley didn't keep it in. Offsides will be the call, and the faceoff will move outside the zone.
When he ran into those two, Mike Dahl didn't even make an attempt to take the puck away from him, so he just picked it up again and stepped around there right out in front. No one contested him. No one, he could have been walking down Fifth Avenue, and Pat O'Neill had to make a big save.
Off the faceoff, Cameron has it poked away, gets back with it, takes it across the blue line, has it knocked away, tries to go to Jake. It goes off Jake's leg, and finally Plattsburgh clears it out to center ice. Comes to the Massena line. Manning is there, gets railed into the boards, but stays with it. Now Jason LaBarge trying to help out. He comes out with a puck. He flips it to Barkley on the other side. Head man to Jake. Here's Jake with it, trying to drop it through. The puck bouncing away. And Lattenville comes back the other way. He slides it right out. Cullen has to make a save from center ice. And Massena trying to move it out of the zone. Here's Dahl stepping by Manning. Dahl gets a shot, and this time Cullen makes a save with his face, or actually his face mask.
Exactly right. Big save, Dougie, and he's going to the corner, skating that one off through traffic. Mike Dahl stayed on the line that like the Plattsburgh Hornets have been doing all night. The Raiders are coming out of the zone, and bingo, there's number 7 standing right there. He steps up, intercepts the pass off the stick of Todd Manning, and then using Manning as a screen, ripped one off of Dougie Cullen's face mask.
And now we've got Bryce Dingman up to take the face off. Off the draw, Chili is there. He flips it ahead for Kellison. Kelly breaks out of there. Here comes Freddie. Across the blue line. Oh, stick handles to Whitcup. Oh, Whitcup has it poked away at the last second. And it's back out to center ice. All this back after it in his own end. I'll tell you what, if we're going to pick 3-star selection here, Chris Aldis would be one of them for sure. Chris Cameron would be one of them too. Now here comes Massena. Chili to Whitcup, back to Chili. Chili takes it in, gets away from him. He got hooked from behind, and the puck comes back to the blue. Oh, Chili he's going to get called for the penalty. And Massena touches the puck. And I think he's going to get the elbow call. And that was, again, a retaliation as he got hooked going into the zone. And he took it out on the nearest Plattsburgh player. And Wayne Humel, of course, they missed the first one but saw the second one.
They always do. And, coaching staff will tell him, Chili, he plays that aggressive game anyway, but you've got to keep those elbows down. And as you said, that was a frustration penalty like the one he took in the second period. Can't do those things, even though you feel you've been penalty should have been called or you missed a sure goal. You just cannot do that. Can't jeopardize the team, and I'm sure Coach Stan Moore is going to say something to Chili when it comes to the
off the face-off. Here comes Cameron. Trevor, his shot. Ooh, ouch. Goes off Bryce Dingman's leg. That had to hurt. And the puck is in the corner, and finally it's picked up there by Jolin, who moves it out to Boutsier. Boutsier across the Massena blue line, setting up the power play. Back to the point. Dingman tries to keep it in. He does to Boutsier. Boutsier taken by Collins. And they jam for it in the corner. It's poked free. It's going to come back to Dingman. He cranks it up. His shot goes wide. Bounces back to Jolin. Over his stick, back to the other point. Dahl with it to Jolin. Jolin back to the point. Dahl shot deflected in front. The save made. And Cullen holds on. As that was Ryan Miller getting a nice backhander off.
Nice shot came from the point, and Ryan Miller parked in front, took it on the forehand and kind of spun around and let it go on the backhand and to the short side. But Dougie stayed close to the post and came up with a big save.
7-1, Massena leads here with 10.5 left to play in the third period. Jake Morris in there to take the face-off from Massena. Off the draw, back to the point, Plattsburgh. Here's Dahl with it. His shot knocked down in front by Barkley, and Adam just flips it down the ice. And O'Neill is going to play it. He's got to be careful because he's got Chris Cameron coming in. He flips it to Dingman. Dingman in behind his own net. About 35 seconds left on the power play. He leaves it for Mike Jolin. Jolin dishes it off to center ice and picked up by Big Chris. Cameron drops it to Barkley. Aaron bounces it out to center ice. Back in is Boutsier. Boutsier. Cameron just bodies him off the puck and takes it. I mean, he just bodied him and took the puck right away. Here's Cameron right in front now. Stick handling it. Flips it ahead to Jake. Jake turns it around. Stick handles in front. He moves it out of the zone. Here comes Morris. 5 seconds left in the power play. Here's Jake breaking in on O'Neill. Goes by the D. Backhand shot. He just missed. Cameron scores on the rebound. And Chris picks up the hat trick. I thought Jake had the goal and O'Neill kept it out somehow. But when he made the save, he was way out of position. And Chris Cameron, he has the puck. He has the open net. He's about, 3 feet away? Yeah. He just tipped it in.
He couldn't. That was showtime now. Jake went coast to coast on that one and just weaving his way without much effort through the black shirts of the Plattsburgh Hornets and right in on Pat O'Neill. And he's just, poor Pat has got a real dejected look. Made a great save, but Chris Cameron parked off there. There wasn't a black shirt around him, Jerry, within 10 feet.
Here comes Mike Hewlett in the corner now. He's got Whitcup, feeds it in front. Whitcup's backhand pass, a little bit too much mustard on it, and Plattsburgh dumps it to center ice. Todd Collins at his own blue line, over to Levac. Levac backhand pass, and here comes Whitcup again to Hewlett. Hewlett across, offsides Bobby, and the faceoff will move outside. 9:13 remaining in period number 3. Raiders leading at 8-1. On the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard.
That's Chris Cameron's hat trick, his 27th of the year, Jerry. Came into tonight's game with 60 points, 24 goals, and 36 assists. He's picked three more goals up tonight, 2.5 points per game. Outstanding.
Got to tell you a little story when we get another break. Here comes Levac now leading the attack. Levac takes it in behind the net, takes it in front, backhander, nice save, rebound, sits in the slot. And nobody there. Now Hewlett digs it in behind. Has it poke checked away. And it's John Nilsson. Nilsson moves it out to center ice. Poked away by Kellison. Little gnat out there. He's buzzing around. Kellison again with the puck. He stays with it. Here's Freddie. Has it finally swept away by Nilsson, but Freddie's right after him in the zone. Nilsson runs it around the boards in behind the net. It slides all the way out to center ice. Bobby Whitcup. Whitcup, a little problem with it. He's going to go back to Collins. Collins drops it to Levac, bounces over his stick. In the corner is Unkin Patel, centering pass right in front, and it's knocked down by Collins. Trying to get the shot off was Luckin, and he just couldn't. He was too well tied up, and Massena breaks out of the zone. Here comes Kellison. A headman to Whitcup. Whitcup pokes it in the corner. After it there is Dahl. He rides it around the boards for Matt Luckin, and Luckin moves it back down the ice for Plattsburgh. Here's Luckin trying to drop it for Lattenville. Lattenville takes it in the corner, centers it. It's intercepted, and here comes Big Todd Manning, 1-on-2. Manning takes it across, takes it to, nice drop pass to Whitcup. Whitcup back to Manning. Manning centers to Whitcup, and he hit the side of the net with it. Oh, boy. Nice two-way passing play there. In the corner, Plattsburgh trying to wrap it around the boards. Trevor Brown digging it out of the corner. Here's Trevor in the circle, centering pass knocked down in front. Brown goes after it and stays with it. Brown poke checked away, comes to center ice. Manning is there to flip it in the zone to lay offsides. Massena clears. Well, they never did take the offside off, but now Plattsburgh breaks out anyway. Here comes Jamie Lattenville across the blue line, and he's taken out of the play by John Paul Beauvert. Trevor Cameron moving it out, doesn't quite get it out. Now bounces around. Trevor Brown, headman. Cameron trying to feed Adam Morris. It hit him in the back of the leg. Back in the zone it goes. Here comes Manning again. Now he's going to pass ahead to Morris to Trevor Cameron. Jumps over his stick. Trevor Brown follows. Here's Brown's shot. The save made. Trevor Cameron picks up the rebound. Back to the point. Manning cranks it up. The save made. The puck bouncing in the slot. And finally, no, it doesn't come out as Morris pokes it away. Stays in the zone. Finally, Plattsburgh clears it to center ice. Into the Massena zone, it's Jolin, centering pass knocked down, John Paul Beauvert. Now it's his turn to lead the attack. He looks for Cameron. It's knocked down and bounces in the zone. We got delay offsides on Massena, but Plattsburgh clears the zone and out to center ice. It bounces free. It comes to Nilsson, who backhands it in the Massena zone. And we're down to 6.5 left to play here. Massena 8-1, and they have just dominated this game, and here they come again. Oops, it gets by Cameron. But he intercepts the pass on the other way, but Dahl knocks it off his stick back in the Massena zone. After it is Aaron Barkley for the Raiders. Goes to Morris at the 45, gets away. Dahl at the point, winds it up. His shot, deflected just wide into the corner. Barkley gets by the check. Trying to ride it in the corner again. Loses his stick, but he ties up the Plattsburgh man. And Massena moves it up to Cameron. Headman pass to Jake. Jake trying to go to Labarge, poked away. Plattsburgh delay offsides, but Massena's going to clear it. John Paul Beauvert. Beauvert, headman pass, knocked down, dumped back by Plattsburgh. That'll be an icing call. And they might just as well play running time for the remainder of this 5:41, although it has not been a rough game in the least.
That's right, Jerry. John Paul Beauvert, the difference between the Massena defense and the Plattsburgh defense. The play came in there. Plattsburgh black shirt standing in front. He wasn't standing too long. John Paul took him out of the play. He had no chance to pick up a rebound. At the other end, the Raiders are just cruising. They're not laying a glove on him. You've got to take those guys out of there. You mentioned Todd Manning. He's only got 1 goal this year, but it'll make the highlight film, and it was against Plattsburgh up there. It was a beauty.
Face off right side, inside Plattsburgh territory. And here comes, no, it doesn't get out now. It just crosses the line. Jason Labarge trying to dig it. Throws a check. It comes free. And Aldis flips it to the Plattsburgh line. Here's Big Bryce Dingman. Dingman flips in the Massena zone. We got an offsides, I believe, on Plattsburgh, and we're down to 5:26. So the Raiders will be playing at the Cheel Campus Center on Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. We also got a penalty. I think Jason Labarge.
He's going to get a roughing penalty, and I think that probably referees have long memories. You and I were both laughing at the start of the third period. Jason was still talking to Wayne Umel about being in the crease, I think. Couldn't convince him, so I think Wayne says, well, I'm going to get the last word.
Off the face-off, it comes out to center ice. Mike Dahl back after it, backs into his own end. He's got Jake on him, but he flips it out to center ice. Comes to the Massena line. Barkley is there to dump it right down the ice. After it is Mike Dahl. Dahl in behind his own net. Dahl starts out left side. Passes it right across the crease, but it goes to Boutsier, who lifts it out to center ice. Jake knocks it down. Here's Jake flipping it right in. O'Neill has to make the save. A minute left in the Massena penalty, under 5 left in the hockey game. The Raiders lead it 8-1 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Plattsburgh ices they wave it off. They ruled that Aldis could have played it. Who knows? And Barkley comes back and rides it around the boards right to Jake. Jake just dumps it to an open wing. Dahl is there to pick it up. He's got Cameron on him. Cameron's already got 3 goals. He's out there cruising. Now Lattenville overstates. Here comes Cameron busting in. Goes right by Dahl, stops in front. And he goes to Jake. His shot, nice save. The rebound. And Jake gets knocked down. And the puck comes underneath O'Neill, and he holds on.
Jerry, the Raiders use on most occasions when they're down a man a 1-1-2-4 checking system. And you get a guy like Chris Cameron or Trevor Cameron or Jason Chilton up in the top front, and he forces the play. And it's like an elephant coming at you. And those defensemen will give up the puck. And that second guy in the 1-1-2, he reads that, and he reads where the turnovers. He jumps down in there. Very effective for the Raiders.
Face off right side. Comes back to the blue line and out to center ice. Plattsburgh starting to move it down. That's Jolin. Jolin gets ridden into the boards by Levac. Ouch. Levac, though, loses the puck. It bounces in behind. Here comes T. Cameron coming to pick it up. Trevor, he's got Morris breaking. Trevor winds it up, but doesn't get it. Lattenville knocked it. Or no, that's not Lattenville. That's Eric Pomeroy. Morris takes it away. Oh, what a move by Adam Morris. He breaks in on the goalie shot. He scores! Adam Morris gets his second shorthanded goal of the game. And what a play. I can't describe it.
I can't either, except that right at the blue line, he undressed John Nielsen. And poor John Nielsen, he just says, I don't know how he got by me. He has that great ability to change speeds, and he wasn't going. He was probably going 1 mile per hour, and he put some move on John Nielsen, and the next thing Nielsen knew that he's behind him, the puck's behind him, and Adam Morris is streaking for the goal, and he just put a great move on poor Pat O'Neill, and he's got him down and put it right underneath him.
I think maybe Mike or Pat's glad he's a senior. He's not going to have to face Massena anymore, huh? Here comes Massena, Mark Tile, Adam Morris. Morris busts right in, drops it for Trevor Cameron. It bounces into the corner. Cameron ridden into the boards. The puck comes free. It comes to Cameron. He overskates, and the puck bounces out to the blue line. It's 9-1 Massena. Under 3.5 to play here. Across the blue line, the puck dumped in the Massena zone. Brian Levac with it, rides it around. Now he's going to follow it around the zone. Here comes Levac leading the attack. Feeds it to Adam Morris. Trevor Cameron, he gets him in. His shot, he hit the goalpost. Tile follows up. Nice save by O'Neill getting back. Trevor Cameron almost had one, but he hit the goalpost. Back to Levac, his drive, and O'Neill got a piece of that. Rides around the boards, and the Hornets are going to move it out to center ice. And all the way down the ice, icing will be called. Oh, boy.
Jerry, I'll tell you, Brian Levac, he's had a good, strong game. When he makes that turn, he's a very, he's 6 foot, 170, 175 pounds, makes that turn. He puts the fear of God into the opposing defense when he comes down that wing. He just had a strong game, made that turn in about 3 strides. He's up over the blue line. Good, fluid skater, powerful, and he's been throwing his weight around in the defensive zone tonight, too. He's had several crushing checks.
Off the face-off. Puck bounces to Witka, back to Aldis at the point. He tries to slide it in. Dahl steps in front of it. Dahl moves it down the ice, trying to feed Boutsier, but too far. And Barkley in the corner. He and Boutsier go together. Aldis comes back to help out. The bouncing puck comes free. Aldis pokes it into the corner. Barkley after it. Boutsier takes him into the corner. They jam for it. Barkley kicks it ahead to Kellison. And Kellison headman just a little bit too far. Here's Dahl. He's got Hewlett forechecking. Goes by him. Moves it back into the Massena zone. Into the corner, Chris Aldis. 2.5 left to play here. Massena up 9-1. The Raiders have dominated every facet of this hockey game. Completely dominated every facet. It could be 20-1 if it wasn't for Pat O'Neill.
So true, Jerry.
Here's Mike Hewlett with it. Headman pass. Here comes Whitcup. Whitcup head. Oh, he tries to hit Kellison, and icing will be the call. Freddie just couldn't get to it. The pass was too hard.
If we were keeping the markers up here, those little groups of 5, for every time a Raider forward has gotten in behind the Plattsburgh defense, and we'd be, we'd fill up a page. I know we would. You look up and you wonder who's playing defense in front of Pat O'Neill, the white shirts or the black shirts, because there always seem to be a white shirt and no black shirt between the goal and the Massena forward.
Lattenville will take the face-off against Morris. Off the draw, puck in the corner. John Paul Bovair pokes it around to Cameron. Chris has got 3. He flips it back to Jake. Jake's got Chilton, or that's Manning, but no, that's Chilton right in front. He shoots, and the save is made. Chris Cameron picks up the rebound.
Another mark down on the list.
There you go. Again, we'll repeat that score after 2 periods. Potsdam and Seton were all tied up. Right in front, it's Cameron. Hits, no, he scores. Is that Cameron scoring from behind the net again?
Yes, it is.
And it's 10-1, and Cameron's got number 4.
That was intended, I believe. He tried to put that one out in front, and Pat O'Neill at this stage right now, he's shell-shocked. He got off the post a little bit, and when Chris flipped it out, I think it hit Pat O'Neill and redirected on the short side behind him. So Chris will get the goal, but I think he was trying to pass to a teammate out in front.
Chris Cameron.
And it's Massena's 195th goal of the season.
Oh my goodness.
Number 20, Chris Cameron.
Massena's 195th goal of the year.
Well, they've hit that double digits.
Puck back in the Massena zone. Todd Manning after it. Flips it, gets knocked down, gets back up with it. Here's Manning, just rides it ahead. Mark Tyo. Tyo feeding his center man, Trevor Brown. Brown to Hewlett. Hewlett slides it in the Plattsburgh zone. It comes in on O'Neill, and he flips it back to the blue line. Beauvais tries to keep it in. He can't. It comes back out. Tyo with it. Mark steps by the check and then fell down, but he managed to get it over to Big Todd Manning. Here's Manning across the blue line. He still got it. He drops it for Trevor Brown, rather, but his pass, it goes awry, and Plattsburgh moves it back out. Jolin shoots it from center ice. The save is made by Cullen. We're down to a minute remaining to play. Back to the point. Here's a shot by Dahl, or is that Dingman? And Cullen makes the save.
Big save and a scorching shot by Bryce Dingman from the point. I was watching number 22 for the Hornets, Chad Colburn out there. He hasn't got a lot of ice time, but he's a big forward. And he went down to the offensive end and he ran into Todd Manning. He was going to give him a lick. He bounced off of him, went to the ice. He came back. Well, he saw number 12, John Paul Beauvais, up here at the blue line. Well, he'll give him a lick. Boom.
Bounced off
of him and went down on the ice. So tough shift for Chad Colburn, but good shot from the point by Bryce Dingman, a real scorcher, and Dougie was able to make the save and corral the rebound.
10-1, Massena leading. Under a minute to play here, fortunately. And here come the Raiders back out to center ice. Mike Hewlett has it poked away. Brown trying to forecheck. Now it's Tyo. Drops it back to his own blue line. Collins to Levac. Here comes Brian. Takes it across. Brian Levac in deep, and he has it knocked away. Gets it back again. Here's Levac. Finally, it's poked away by Lattenville, but Levac comes back and takes it away from him. Drops it for Collins. He just bounces it out to center ice. Dump back in the zone. Levac circling around as Plattsburgh has to get on side. Brian waits now. He's got Hewlett trying to break. He feeds it, and it's going to go right on O'Neill. O'Neill plays it into the corner. Hewlett tries to take it away from him. It comes in the corner. They jam at it. Hewlett throws the check. It comes to Mark Tyo. Tyo stick handles, gets by the check, skates in front. His shot, he tried to pass it to Brown, and the save is made by O'Neill as it turned into a shot. Now it comes to the Massena line. Into the zone. Hard check thrown by Trevor Brown, and that'll take care of it right there.
Unselfish move by Mark Tyo down here. Mark on that fourth unit doesn't get a regular shift out there. He had a golden opportunity to wrap in a goal, but he found his teammate off the crease down there and elected a pass. Very unselfish move by Mark Tyo.
So again, the final score, Massena pounding Plattsburgh. This was an old-fashioned thrashing here at the Massena Arena. 10-1 the final.
Yeah, and Pat O'Neill had a good game. They scored 10 goals on him. But in about 8 of those, he was just left, out in the middle of the ocean, nobody around, and he's on a inner tube, and it had a leak in it because he wasn't getting any help from his defense. The Raiders had their way. The classic example, one goal by Jason Chilton. You called it. Chilton shoots, picks up the rebound, shoots again, picks up the rebound. His third or fourth attempt, and not a Plattsburgh defenseman got a lick or a stick on him. So when you've got that much time, you're having, you're having your cake and eating it too. And the Raiders certainly dominated this play.